Hello. Hi, Jiban Kumar. How are you? Hi, Jiban Kumar. How are you?
Hi, thank you, madam. Good evening.
Good evening. How is the weekend going?
Yes, sorry.
How is your weekend going? I
First
know,
class.
I know it's going to be end soon. So that's glad to know. So just wait for a few more minutes. We'll be starting a class from 6:05. Okay, let's other join.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Hi, Archana. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hi, good evening. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. So just wait for a few more minutes. We'll be starting a class. Like within 6:05, we'll be starting a class. Okay.
Sure, ma'am, thank you.
Hi, Anasha. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Okay. Hi, Prabha. Karan, how are you?
Hi Silva, I'm good. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. So, how's your weekend
Thank
going?
you, thank you. Yeah, it's fine only, but little bit I'm not feeling well because of climate.
Ah,
I'm taking medicine and like
yeah, under the weather. Like, everyone, like whoever I'm meeting, most of them are under the weather. So just be little conscious and take care of your health.
yeah, sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Hi Vidya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great, thank you so much. How is the weekend going?
It's wedding season.
Okay. Hi Nidhi, how are you? Can you hear me? Those of you, a few who are not able to unmute themselves, they can always message me in the message box. Okay. Hi Okram, how are you? Hi Nirmalya, how are you? So it's already 6 or 3, so we'll be starting a session. So good evening, students. All of you can hear me, right? Please give me thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much. I think I've taken previously also I've taken class in your batch regarding some of the classes. So most of you are familiar with me. So today we are going to take another session, that is the introduction to functional food. Okay, very simpler way if you want to understand what is functional food. That is a very simple definition: the food which is giving something extra. Okay, so another simpler way, what we can say, functional food is equal to regular food plus extra benefits. That thing is known as functional foods. Okay, it's a very simplest way I'm telling you. Functional foods are those foods which will be providing you the extra benefits in the diet. It can be natural, it can be fortified as well nowadays, because nowadays so many research is going on regarding about the modified functional foods. So we'll be studying about that, what are natural one, what are the modified one. We'll be discussing about that as well, but in a very simpler way. Just understand what is functional food: regular food plus extra health benefits which we are getting. Now we'll be reading some of the fancy definitions as well, but this is the moral of the thing. What is functional food? Everyone understood what is the definition? Then everything will be easy after that. Okay. Only Prabhakaran understood, and none of them understood, right? Vidya, Archana, Jeevan Kumar, Nidhi. Okay. Okay, great. So, functional foods are natural or processed food that provide health benefits beyond basic nutrition. As I was discussing, functional food will be something which will be providing you the extra benefits. Okay, they contribute to disease prevention or improved physiological function. Okay, So some of the functional food, it can be like, when we are studying about the natural and modified one, in the modified one we'll be able to see what are the foods are modified with the vitamins, what are the foods are modified with minerals, why they are doing modification, why they are doing enrichment. Because it has been seen in the population, lots of deficiency can be seen, especially nowadays the most common deficiency which we can see is the vitamin D. So many of the foods nowadays are fortified with the vitamin D. Okay. So of course it will be contributing to disease prevention. If there is a deficiency in the vitamin D, it can lead to other disease. And of course it will be improving the physiological function. If all the nutrients, all the vitamins are at a normal level, okay, of course it will be improving our physiological health. Benefits arise from the inherent bioactive compounds or on added functional ingredients. So, bioactive compounds are those extra nutrients which will be getting from the food. Of course, we are getting that importance from there, which will be helping us to live the normal livelihood in a proper way without taking any medication or not falling for any illness. This food contain components and effective and safe concentration, especially when we will be discussing about the natural one. Of course, it's safe. Naturally, it is present. But we need to understand anything excess is bad. Okay, anything excess if you are having, of course, it will be bad. For example, yogurt or curd contain probiotic. You understand that. Okay, but throughout the day, if I'm consuming yogurt, if I'm consuming curd, that is also detrimental, right? Because we need to focus on the other nutrients to get the balanced diet. Yogurt is good, we are getting probiotic, but other nutrients need to be included as well. Unlike conventional foods that merely supply nutrients, functional foods targets specific health outcomes as well. Okay, so conventional foods money, what the regular foods, okay, the normal foods which we are having, those doesn't contain phytonutrients, bioactive compounds, or as those are not contain phytonutrients or bioactive compounds, so we don't say those food as a functional food. So what does regular food? Of course, it will be giving. It's not like those are not needed. Those are also needed in our body. Okay. But of course, we'll be taking those food or conventional food. But with the help of functional food, it will be helping us to prevent any sort of unhealthy outcomes as well. Regular consumption can reduce the risk of chronic disease. As I mentioned, if there is a deficiency, of course, they will be leading to other chronic disorder. But if you're consuming it proper way at proper level, of course, it will be preventing us from getting into any chronic disease. Overall, functional food play a role in proactive health management and wellness promotion. So, what is the history of it? How the idea of functional foods came into being? First, the thing came into being in Japan. Okay, especially it started in 1980s. Especially rising healthcare cost was increasing for aging population. So, what does government of Japan did? They organized a program to search about the foods which are rich in bioactive compounds. ठीक है, but popularity इधर से नहीं आया. कहाँ से popularity आया है? Especially the global evolution which we say, it mainly started in the 1990s in Europe. Okay, so they already know कि Japan has started this program. So further research, further funding came, and of course, evolution, which we see, the global evolution, it started from there. Articles came into being. They are doing further research, and as a result, what they have done, they have fortified the foods, probiotics, sterols, omega 3. They have fortified these things. Okay, so whenever we are having food with the added ingredients, of course, we are getting nutrition from the conventional food. Plus, these are the fortified one. I'm getting that fortification also. So, of course, they are the one who started with the fortification. First, previously, Japan was searching on the conventional. उसमें कौन सा bioactive है? But they have started with the fortification. Okay. So on that point of time, of course, other points came into being, like that is the clean level, about the personalized nutrition. Even in Asia and in India, the significance reached over there. So from there, the thing started propagating, and especially previously, nowadays turmeric, curcumin, we say the bioactive compound, that's a functional food actually. Previously, the turmeric was not so popular outside. Even they never used to use that. But nowadays, so many research is going on them because of the curcumin. Curcumin, it has been seen, it's a immense benefit to reduce the infection in the body. Okay, remember in very older times, whenever we used to watch movies, we always used to see कि before sleep, the grandmas are giving turmeric milk. It has important significance. Milk contains tryptophan for the good sleep, and turmeric acts as an anti-inflammatory property. It builds up the immunity. So it has immense importance in the body actually. So now, of course, it has propagated. Even Western countries, they are doing so many research about it. एक तो आ ही गया है confirmation because many research has shown that it has importance, huge importance in like to reduce the inflammation in the body. It improves the immunity, as well as they are also correlating with the diabetes also, whether it has some beneficial effects or not. Maybe after few years we'll be getting some result, but still the research is going on. So as if we are discussing, there are mainly two types of functional food. One is the conventional one, that is the natural. ठीक है, natural food में जो है, scientists have found out what are the bioactive compounds. Those are natural. Fortified माने these have been added, maybe at the time of processing, at the time of manufacturing, it has been added. Okay, so this is the main difference. Conventional is a natural one. Modified also natural food, but they have added in the later stage. Okay, fortification we are saying. So you all of you got it now. What is the difference between the conventional and modified?
Ma'am, I have one question. So,
Yeah.
if we talk about conventional functional foods, that means everything comes in that, each and every food, because every food has something special in it.
No, we are basically talking about the bioactive compounds, polyphenols. Okay, it's not
Okay,
like
fine. Okay.
everything we are discussing. Okay, so functional food extra, we are discussing some extra, not about the carbohydrate, protein, amino acids. No, this we will be having the conventional food. What is the extra thing we are getting? And extra, whenever we are saying, it's about the bioactive compounds. That it is about the polyphenol compounds. That's why we are saying that. Okay,
Yes,
children.
ma'am, clear, clear.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am, clear.
okay, great. So conventional foods, these are these are natural present, like antioxidant, fiber, omega-3, probiotics, which will be supporting our metabolic health. As these are polyphenols, bioactive compounds, just look at the components. Antioxidants, one of the important bioactive compound. Fiber, fibers are so much important. Fibers are divided into two parts. Okay, soluble and insoluble. I think you have learned in your like diploma in the nutrition. I think the ma'am has discussed about the soluble insoluble fiber. The fibers
Mhm.
basically divided into two parts, soluble and insoluble, and so many research is going on fiber because now they are considering those contain polyphenols as well, because it's showing huge benefits. First of all, it's good for the gut microbiota. Okay, why it's becoming good for the gut microbiota? What polyphenols, what important compound does this have, so that it is so that our probiotics are thriving on them. Okay, so they are considering fiber as one of the important functional foods as well. Omega 3, we all understand omega 3s does have important anti-inflammatory property. Probiotics, of course, we are getting the good microbiota in our body. Of course, if you are taking this thing regularly, it will be improving the metabolic health. Our inflammation will get reduced, of course, and the gut microbiota, its relevance also will increase in our body. So, what are the conventional? In case of fruits, we can see berries, apples, orange, bananas, kiwis. Further examples I'm going to give you, so don't worry about it. Then in vegetables, broccoli, kale, this contain, scientists are researching, they have seen the phytonutrients, they have seen the bioactive compounds. Further research is going on so that they can segregate. Okay, now what new research around the world is going on, right? They know these are the bioactive compounds are there. Maybe the fiber is present, maybe some antioxidants are present. Now they what they are doing, now they are trying to segregate it. Okay, like what type of antioxidant does it have? Okay, what type of antioxidant, what grade of antioxidant, now the scientists are doing that. So it's going to be a very interesting one. Within few years we are going to get many information about it, and of course if I am going to get it, I'm going to share with you on as well. Okay, nuts, seeds Almonds, pistachio, chia seed, flaxseed, pumpkin seeds. In case of whole grains, oats, we all know why oats are important, but always keep in mind not the regular ones. Okay, the Safola regular oats, please don't go with that. Anything which is happening within 2 minutes, within 3 minutes, these are all processed food. Okay, don't go with the gimmick. Whenever we are talking about the oats, it will be steel cut and rolled oats, okay, which needs time to cook. Okay, or we need to roast it. Don't go with anything 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If marketing gimmicks are also there, like 2 minutes for oats, of course, that is the processed one. That is not the fiber one. Seafood, fermented food, of course, herbs and spices. Okay. Modified one. Modified, these are engineered products with added bioactive compounds. Okay. At effective doses to target outcomes like cholesterol reduction or for the glycemic control as well. Okay. So इसका क्या होता है ना फंडा, they will be adding intermediate, maybe at the time of manufacture, maybe at somewhere around they will be putting that thing, and of course this will need to be government regularized. मैंने fortification कर रही हूँ, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि दे धनाधन I'm going to give the doses, then there will be toxicity in the population. Okay, especially whenever we are discussing fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, K. Okay, water soluble vitamins, if you are taking in excess, it goes out from the body. That is water soluble, via urine, via sweat, it goes out. It never stays in the body, so deficient, so इसका toxicity नहीं होता है इतना. But in case of fat soluble vitamins, if it is we are taking in excess amount, that is also detrimental. Okay, then there will be toxicity in the body. Deficiency, of course, is detrimental. Toxicity is also detrimental. So always we need to keep in mind, if any company food manufacturing they're doing it, of course it need to be stabilized and proper amount need to be injected as well. Fortified dairy, vitamin D milk, probiotic yogurt. It's very common nowadays, especially vitamin D fortification. Okay, because milk is actually vitamin C deficient and vitamin D deficient. Not too much amount is present, but nowadays fortification is going on. Why? First of all, because we understand milk is rich in calcium. Okay, बट कैल्शियम का एब्जॉर्प्शन के लिए वी नीड विटामिन डी. ठीक है, विटामिन डी, इफ इट देयर इज एन inadequate amount of vitamin D, then there will be calcium, like malabsorption will be there, low amount of calcium level will be there. So to prevent that, vitamin D need to be taken as well properly. ठीक है, so for as a result nowadays milk have been fortified, not only dairy milk. Nowadays आप देखोगे in case of almond milk, soya milk, fortification has been started over there. Almond milk में the vitamin B12 होता नहीं है, especially those who are vegans. Very common thing deficiency they suffer is the vitamin B12, mainly B complex and D, because of the food choices. So in case of almond milk, soya milk, nowadays it has been modified with the vitamin D, because same thing, because they are providing to the consumer so that there won't be any deficiency. Okay. Fortified beverages, calcium in the orange juice, fortified plant milks, almond oat, as I was discussing. Fortified grains, cereals, bread, pasta with folic acid or fibers. Abhi to cereals mein they give vitamin D also. Okay, vitamin D rich fortified cereals also they are doing it. Enhanced in case of egg, omega 3 they are including, and others in case of sterile margarine, beta glucan yogurt they are adding. Beta glucan basically is the antioxidant. Beta glucan we also get in the oats, but वो steel cut rolled oats होना चाहिए. Oats is a very good important natural source of beta glucan, and beta glucan have immense property to reduce the cholesterol level. Okay, especially LDL level. All of you are getting me right? No confusion.
No confusion, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. So this is a comparison table. I want you guys to be very clear, like conventional, modified. एक comparison में मैंने दिया है. First is the bioavailability traits. ठीक है. Conventional we understand natural है. ठीक है. एज वो नेचुरल है, नेचर से वो प्रॉपर बैलेंस होके आता है. ठीक है, उसमें कुछ एक्सेस नहीं होता, वो नेचर से ही प्रॉपर बैलेंस होके आता है. दैट इज द मैजिक ऑफ द मदर नेचर. तो नेचर से वो बैलेंस होके आता है. सो व्हाट इज, एज बिकॉज इज अ बैलेंस, इज बेटर फॉर द एब्सॉर्प्शन एज वेल. ठीक है, just look at this lycopene in the tomatoes. The red color is the lycopene. Okay, because that is the in present in the raw tomatoes. But another thing is that many of the food does contain anti-nutrients as well. Okay, phytates, tannin, which we say anti-nutrients. In case of pulses we always say soak it before cooking. Why? so that the phytates, whatever it's there, it should get released. Okay, so these are anti-nutrients. Avidin in the A is an anti-nutrient. Nature, mother nature is making the food proper balanced way जहाँ पे आपका toxicity नहीं होता है, but mother nature also send the food which have anti nutrients, so that can be one of the negative thing कि एंटी न्यूट्रिएंट की वजह से शायद एब्जॉर्प्शन में कुछ कमी आ जाए, नॉट ओनली टू द बायोएक्टिव एब्जॉर्प्शन, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द नेचुरल थिंग्स आल्सो. ठीक है, फाइटर्स में टैनिन ज्यादा लोगे तो क्या होता है, हिंडर्स द आयरन एब्जॉर्प्शन. ठीक है, so these are the things which we need to keep in mind. But in case of modified, what is happening, we are putting it at the time of processing, and of course as we are putting it over there, हाँ मानती हूँ कि हम लोग वी आर एडिंग लेटर, पर ऑल्सो उधर पे एंटी न्यूट्रिएंट्स का चांसेस भी कम है, बिकॉज उधर पे तो कंट्रोल्ड वे पे वी आर एडिंग समथिंग. ओके, वी आर चेकिंग ऑन समथिंग. एंटी न्यूट्रिएंट्स तो कोई जानबूझ के नहीं डालेगा ना फूड पे. सो ओवर देयर दिस यू कैन से वन ऑफ द पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट. Key influence, natural structure, minimum alternation, preserves phytonutrients but limits some. Okay, ये टोटली नेचुरल है, यहाँ पे कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ स्टोरेज नहीं हो रहा है, सो वी आर गेटिंग ऑल द मैक्सिमम न्यूट्रिशन. ठीक है, बट इन केस ऑफ फोर्टिफिकेशन ऑफ कोर्स some sort of modification is going on, to be honest. We are adding something, some sort of modification. शायद fortification चला गया है, but other nutrients which are present in the food might get hampered. Okay, but of course it depends on the processing, storage, the company, it depends on that. Evidence, oats, beta glucans naturally support the cholesterol. Oats is a very important source of beta glucans. Beta glucans have huge importance in case of reducing the cholesterol. Okay, प्रोबायोटिक योगर्ट्स और ओमेगा 3 शोज हाई टारगेटेड डेली फॉर गट पीसीओएस बेनिफिट. पीसीओएस में भी बहुत बोला जाता है टू टेक ओमेगा 3 बिकॉज पीसीओएस इज अ कंडीशन वेयर द इन्फ्लेमेशन इज टेकिंग प्लेस, so we need to take the foods which will be reducing the inflammation in the body. Okay, so as a result, even the nutrition scientists, doctors are suggesting omega 3 because this has anti-inflammatory properties. So, example, further examples I have given: yogurt, oats, turmeric. Turmeric is a very new thing is going on around the world. Many research is going on regarding curcumin because it has anti-inflammatory property. Flaxseed, garlic, allicin. Okay, but whenever you're taking garlic, make a point that you're just crushing it before. Otherwise, the enzyme doesn't get released. Okay, green tea, catechin polyphenols, salmon, omega 3. Almonds, polyphenols, tomatoes, lycopene, fortified orange juice. Okay. Now, orange juice में कैल्शियम विटामिन डी दोनों एक साथ कभी कभी किया जाता है बिकॉज इट्स वेरी फॉर द कॉमन रीजन. विटामिन डी है, कैल्शियम एब्जॉर्प्शन, वी नीड विटामिन डी. ओके, अगर विटामिन डी डेफिशिएंसी बॉडी में आप इनफ कैल्शियम भी लोगे तो इट वोंट इफेक्ट इन द बॉडी क्योंकि वो एब्जॉर्ब ही नहीं हो पाता है. ठीक है, उसको विटामिन डी चाहिए फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन. So and nowadays, this generation especially, we all are working in front of computers, sitting job hai, sunlight properly we are not getting. If you are going out also, we are using sunscreen. Okay, so of course it's restricting the vitamin D uptake. So of course, for that reason, this thing needs to be keep in mind. Health benefits. What can be the health benefits? Of course, we have discussed on the first slide. It is preventing some of the chronic disease, right? If you are taking vitamin D, if you are taking calcium, if you are taking proper food, phytonutrients, of course, there will be high chances it won't be affecting in the long run, and of course, it will be preventing the chronic disease. Suppose in case of diabetes, if you are taking enough fiber, okay, if you are taking, because it's divided into two parts, soluble, insoluble, if it is properly balanced, of course, there will be less chances of developing high fasting or high PP, which can lead to diabetes later. So we need to keep in mind. Metabolic health, it will be supporting the glycemic control, weight management, cholesterol reduction, inflammation, relevance to PCOS. Okay. Metabolic health कैसे होगा? If you're taking fiber rich food, if you're taking omega 3 which are anti-inflammatory, which will be also it will be giving you a better condition in the PCOS. Of course, it will be preventing those conditions as well. ठीक है. Nutrient support, vitamins, minerals, जो भी deficiency हो रहा है, if it is fortified properly or if it is present in the natural food, if you are taking in a proper way, of course, it will be preventing the deficiency in the body. Anti-aging and aesthetics, bioactives like polyphenols and omega 3 reduce oxidative stress. So we understand we thrive in the environment where now there's so much pollution. Okay, especially some of the places it has been in the newspaper, pollution is increasing. Because of the pollution, what is happening? We are inhaling the toxic gases, or we are taking the food which might be adulterant. Oxidative stress is increasing. Okay, oxidative stress is increasing, which is producing free radicals. So we need to, why we say antioxidant, oxidative stress, antioxidant. So it is preventing the oxidation. Okay, it is preventing the oxidation so that it doesn't produce free radical in the body. And free radical is a very active one. Okay, it binds with everything in the body and tries to hamper. Okay, so that's why we are saying so much things about antioxidants. It is just preventing the oxidation in the body so that it won't be hampering the other functions in the body. So, of course, it will be a good management in case of anti aging and, of course, to maintain their livelihood. Cognitive and neurological support. Plant based compounds in the fruits and vegetables and fermented food lowers the inflammation markers, because we need to understand nowadays we are saying, okay, we do have a brain which are highly intelligent brain, but gut microbiomes are considered to be the second brain in the body. Okay, so if gut microbiomes are maintained, it is controlling your mood, your gut microbiota health, your vitamin synthesis, everything it's doing. Okay, of course it will be supporting your cognitive neurological support as well. Gut and immune modulation, as I was discussing, probiotics, prebiotics, all are very essential. Prebiotics we are getting from the inulin, we are getting from the fibers. These are the prebiotics we say. We are discussing about the probiotic. Good bacteria are there, but to thrive the good bacteria, how they will be thriving? They need food as well, right? So what are their foods? Prebiotics we say. Okay, that is their food. That is the fiber. That is the butyrate we say. So these are the important food which you're getting from the phytonutrients, bioactive compounds. And how the mechanism is taking place, we understand that these things are happening, but how these things are happening we also need to understand. And that also a bit, I'm not going to go into very details, it might be confusing, but basic understanding we should be there, okay, how these are doing this. Okay, bioactive compounds influence the metabolic pathways. Okay, so what it is doing, bioactive say, okay, it is there in the food and we are taking the food. What it's doing, it is affecting our metabolic pathway. Whatever metabolic pathway is there, digestion, absorption, metabolism, we are, all the simple things are emerging and we are getting the energy. So it's affecting the metabolic pathway via gene expression changes. Okay, because metabolic pathway gene expression changes से हो रहा है. So as a result, what is happening, it is inhibiting especially the inflammation. Okay, so it is acting as an anti-inflammation. So basically ये बोल रहा है कि bioactive compounds, it is working on a metabolic pathway. That is metabolic pathway क्या है, हम लोग का digestion, absorption, metabolism via gene expression, and it is an anti-inflammatory property, bioactive compounds. Okay, it is also responsible for the enzyme modulation and signaling cascades like P13K AKT. Just don't go with the name. It is also affecting insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity क्या होता है? We have studied in the PCS also. Basically, insulin secretion is there in the body. Okay, but somewhere the glucose is not able to reach to the cells because of the some inactivity in the receptor. Okay, that condition is a insulin sensitivity. So bioactive compounds, it has been seen that it improve the condition of insulin sensitivity as well. Okay, regulate gut microbiome because the polyphenols are there, flavonoids in the berries, prebiotics, inulin, chicory, especially in the chicory, or the fibers we say, they reshape the composition by promoting beneficial taxoli, bifidobacterium, and lactobacillus. These are present in our gut. Okay, these are present in your intestine, and they're responsible for the majority function in your body, digestion, absorption, metabolism, neurological abilities also. They are focusing on that. Okay, which ferment fibers into SCFA, that is the short chain fatty acid, such as butyrate, enhancing the gut barrier integrity, reducing the endotoxemia, toxicity basically. Okay, it reduces the toxicity in the body. Probiotics in yogurt directly colonize the gut, producing bacteriocins and modulating cytokine production, anti-inflammatory effects as well. Okay. So main funda, what is this? Because as we are discussing bioactive functional foods, we are getting the prebiotic, that is the fibers, inulin we are getting. It is helping the gut microbiome to thrive in our gut, which is responsible for the to reduce any sort of toxicity, It maintains the gut health. As the gut health is maintained, of course, there will be proper amount of digestion, absorption, metabolism. Toxicity is getting excreted, as well as is maintaining the toxicity via it. Like whenever we are taking something, see, lots of virus and bacteria are there in the atmosphere. Every time we are not getting attacked, those are not getting attacked with the immune system, because some amount of immunity has been already developed. So that is also the probiotics are working on it. They check on that and they help in that case as well. Any confusion with the mechanism bioactive regulation of the gut microbiome, students?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay. Prabhakaran, Vidya, Shailaja.
Yeah, okay. Ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am, all clear.
okay, great. Okay. Improve nutrient absorption also, of course. Omega-3 fatty acids, okay. Carotenoids enhance the lipid soluble vitamins uptake by micelle formation, while fermentation and kefir breakdowns are fighted to boost mineral bioavailability. Polyphenol gut microbiome interaction yield absorbable metabolites like phenolic acid, increasing the systemic antioxidant capacity beyond the food matrix. So, what they are saying, omega 3 fatty acid carotenoids enhance the lipid soluble vitamin uptake. ADEK. Omega 3 क्या करता है and carotenoids what they do? It helps in the absorption properly. ठीक है? एक बहुत ही वियर्ड कॉम्बिनेशन लाइक वियर्ड नोशन है अराउंड द पीपल फैट्स आर बैड फॉर आवर हेल्थ ओके द परफेक्ट एग्जांपल इज omega 3 that is also fat right polyunsaturated pufa it comes under pufa. Fats are needed in the body for the fat soluble vitamins to work, for the hormones to action, okay, especially vitamin D formation also. Excess anything is bad, okay. Our body, of course, it will be compromising our health then, but fats are also important. The same example is this one. What it is doing, it is helping in the absorption of the vitamins, fat soluble vitamins. It is breaking down for the proper absorption as well, okay. These are the examples I have given. Support hormonal immune balance. Flavonoids, which is present in the soya, also regulate the estrogen metabolism, insulin signaling for hormonal equilibrium in reproductive disorder. While omega 3 inflammation by shifting eukaryotic profiles pro to anti-inflammatory. This compounds regulate immune modulating tregs and cytokines, IL-10, which we say, supporting TH1 TH2 balance, reducing the chronic low grade inflammation. These are the inflammatory markers, TH1 TH2. So basically what they are saying, the flavonoids which are present, of course it will be reducing the inflammation markers in the body. Okay. So we have studied about the functional food. Very close terms are there. Functional food के साथ nutraceuticals and supplements. People often get confused with the three terms. Okay. But being in the nutrition field now, you should be having the clear about it. इन तीनों में main difference क्या है? Okay. So functional food क्या है? अब तक whatever we have studied, of course, a whole modified food. It can be a whole food naturally present, or it can be modified food where the fortification has been done. So what are nutraceuticals? These are the bioactive compounds we are saying. Mane, suppose curcumin, okay, which is present in the turmeric. So nutraceutical क्या है? They are taking the curcumin and making it as a pill. Okay, that is nutraceutical. Okay. Supplements क्या है? Supplements mainly vitamins, minerals, which we say a separate capsule, some pills, some liquids are made so to prevent any deficiency. Okay. All of you got the difference? What is the difference? Functional food, nutraceutical, supplements में? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm repeating again. Functional food क्या है? Because functional food we are discussing the whole food. उसमें कुछ तोड़ मचोड़ नहीं हो रहा है. Whole food है. ठीक है? Berries we have discussed, yogurt, curd, vegetables we have discussed. और modified food, but वो भी whole food ही है. कोई तोड़ मचोड़ नहीं हो रहा है. Nutraceuticals क्या हो रहा है? They are taking the bioactive compounds. Okay, maybe they are taking some flavonoids. From green tea, they are taking like polyphenols. Okay, they are taking those bioactive compounds and they are making a pill. ठीक है, that is known as nutraceuticals. Supplements क्या होता है? These are the vitamins, minerals which are found in the in a form of capsule, in case of powder, in case of liquids. That is known as supplements. And supplements are mainly given when there is a deficiency. ऐसा नहीं कि हम लोग को खाना है ठीक है, just like a regular food we should be having supplements, no. As I mentioned, especially fat soluble vitamins, if you are taking excess amount there is a high chances of toxicity, that is also dangerous for our health. ठीक है, so these are supplements. Regulation in case of functional food में क्या है, naturally हम लोग तो लेते हैं berries, fruits and vegetables, इतना कुछ restriction होता नहीं. Of course there should be restriction in the fortified, they're already putting something under the government guidelines. ठीक है. Nutraceutical, no universal restriction is still now, because these are nutraceuticals like curcumin, flavonoids. Research is still going on. Of course, they will be always mentioning some doses, कि one tablet, not too much. Anything too much is always detrimental. आप आपका normal capacity से ज़्यादा कुछ लोगे, it will be detrimental for the health. Okay. In case of supplement, DHEA as food, not drugs, limited claims. So they are mainly DSHEA. They are just recommending कि yeah, it should be taken in a limited amount. Of course, these are not drugs. कि it will be working on your other functionality, but of course, it has to be checked. Especially my recommendation will be ऐसे like मैंने बहुत patients को देखा है. I got many patients. They are taking randomly supplements, vitamin D, omega 3. You don't need to take randomly. First, check the blood report whether you have any deficiency or not. Otherwise, toxicity production is very high. Headache, these are very simple things. You're getting headache. तो उसके बाद हम लोगों ने जब देखा रिपोर्ट, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ही नेवर चेक इज विटामिन डी ओमेगा 3 एंड पॉपिंग अप द पिल्स. हेडेक होना, टॉक्सिसिटी इज अ बेसिक symptom you'll be getting it. So never ever tell any patient go with a supplement unless there is, until and unless there is any deficiency. Purpose, of course, disease prevention via diet integration, prevention treatment beyond nutrition. We want to have flavonoids, we want to include curcumin. In case of supplements, it's a supplementation. Supplement, meaning extra thing which we are giving apart from the diet. Example, in case of functional food, fortified orange juice. In case of nutraceutical, fermented garlic collagen peptides. In case of supplements, isolated vitamins, minerals. And how consumers should choose between these products. In case of functional foods, when to choose, primary option for whole diet. Okay, ये whole diet पे मिलता है. And of course we want to focus on the fibers, gut microbiome, we need to check on this. Key checks: scientifically backed claims, minimal processing, diverse whole foods, probiotic yogurt over fortified cereals. ठीक है, ये तो हम लोग always recommend करते हैं being a nutritionist. Try to always get the all the nutrition from the natural form. फोर्टिफाइड भी आप देखोगे कि ज्यादा तोड़ मचोड़ ना हो. अगर विटामिन डी फोर्टिफाइड इन द कर्ड है एंड विटामिन डी फोर्टिफाइड इन द सीरियल्स है, so of course you'll be choosing the curd. Okay, because anyway the breakfast cereals are processed, उसमें सिर्फ विटामिन डी डाल के कितना आप न्यूट्रिशन कर पाओगे. Like in case of Kellogg's nowadays, I don't know, like the way the chemics are going on is very bad. Nutraceuticals, when to choose? When we need specific therapeutic needs. Curcumin for the reducing the inflammation. Of course, on that point of time, we can take that. We need to check on what? About the high bioavailability. Please check on the brands as well. And of course, check the back levels. कोई additives included है या नहीं. And on the recommendation of the nutritionist and doctor, please always do that. सप्लीमेंट्स, कंफर्म डेफिशिएंसी आपको पता है, शायद विटामिन डी डेफिशिएंसी है, कुछ अदर मिनरल आयरन डेफिशिएंसी है, on that time only supplementation need to be given. There should be proper testing by any third party testing in case of USP and NSA. Dosage matches needs, avoid if diet is adequate. It बहुत important है, you will be telling your patients as well. अगर आपके डाइट में है, आपका रिपोर्ट नॉर्मल है, you don't need to take supplementation. That's very important. Otherwise, it will be leading to toxicity. So, conclusion, what we can say: functional food provides sustainable long-term health benefits by integrating easily into everyday diet. They offer synergistic nutrition metrics, enhancing the absorption and physiological effects, compared to isolated one. Strong evidence support their role in metabolic disorders such as PCOS and diabetes. They outpump the nutraceuticals and supplements, which may lead to suboptimal absorption, dependency, like over reliance, risk of unnecessary intake without the clinical need. ठीक है? So we know the difference. Supplements में क्या difference है and nutraceuticals में क्या difference है. And if any patient is coming to you कि I am taking randomly supplements and nutraceuticals, please tell them to check your levels. what is the condition, हो क्या आपका बहुत कम है, then only please do that. Otherwise, too much if you are taking those things, of course it will be leading to affecting our absorption. Because just imagine something we can do naturally. Okay, naturally we can do something. If constantly we are supporting that with the artificial means, it will be hampering your body thing. May, for instance, if I can do something by myself and someone is coming from outside artificially and forcefully just telling me not to do that work, after some point of time I won't be doing that work, I will be negligible to that. Same thing goes with the body is already doing something and putting something artificially forcefully. Please, no, never, because you are just making body reliance to that कि वो तो हो रहा है, it will be reducing its own capacity to produce that. Okay. And strategic recommendation, of course, go with the functional food, but go try to go with the natural. अगर fortified भी है, ज़्यादा तोड़ मटोड़ ना हो, like cereals as we have discussed, go with that. Use nutraceuticals, supplements clinically indicated via blood test or medical evaluation. Go at the back level also कि कुछ additives included है, what are the third party testing has been done. And nowadays in case of Amazon and everywhere you get the rating also. And at the end, last not the least, please consult with the nutritionist and the doctor as well. Okay, so everyone understood about the functional foods? Any confusion?
No, no, ma'am, no.
Because we'll be discussing the case study now.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, that supplementary, normally that omega-3,
Hmm.
people will suggest to take regularly. It
Hmm.
is good,
Okay.
can take.
Okay. So if you're talking about the omega 3, we get it from the food also. First and foremost, if anyone is saying, ki, okay, I have deficiency, then first, of course, tell them to get it from the food. Okay. Because that is the most natural balanced way we will be getting it without getting in toxicity. Now, supplementation, of course, it will be recommended when there will be severe deficiency. अगर बॉडी पे न्यूट्रिशन एडिक्वेट है, if the person doesn't have any deficiency, then there is no reason to popping up the pills in case of supplementation. Okay, because just understand it's not a water soluble vitamin, it's a fat. If you are taking in excess, it will be leading to toxicity in the body. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So others, Ali, Archana, Drashti, Jeevan.
Ma'am, what labs will you do for testing omega 3?
In case of third party testing, I think we have discussed in case of supplements, USP, NSF, other third party testing, just go with that. Like valid third party should be there. Okay, these are the popular one. Valid third party should be there. They should be doing the
No,
checking.
for example, you said about inflammation. So,
Hmm.
when exactly you would prescribe omega 3s?
In case of inflammation in the body, like PCOS is a condition where the inflammation is there. In case of
Mhm.
acute illness, chronic illness, inflammation markers will be high, especially when we check CRP. Okay, that is the inflammation markers, just check on that. Any sort of like simple cough and cold, CRP might be high, that is the inflammation markers in the body. So those are the condition of the inflammation. These are inflammatory markers. And omega 3 does have anti-inflammatory properties. So in those cases, not only omega 3, any anti-inflammatory property foods we can include in the diet. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, welcome. Any other questions, students? So let's go to the case study. Any other questions you have?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, what is third party testing?
Third party testing, money. Suppose I have launched a product. Okay, I have launched a product, and there will be another organization who will be doing the testing for that. Okay, these are the universal party, USP, NSF. Other popular parties are there which are very recognized by the government. Okay, these are recognized. They will be doing the testing. Okay, इसमें कुछ खराबी है. I'm saying it contain omega 3. एक्चुअली में ओमेगा 3 है. आई एम सेइंग दिस अ पॉलीफेनॉल. कितना पॉलीफेनॉल है? आई एम सेइंग विटामिन डी. विटामिन डी कौन सा विटामिन डी है? What is the level? Am I putting something in the tablet which will be leading to toxicity? So they will be doing the testing. Yeah, okay, I have checked it. It doesn't contain toxicity. Okay, they are saying they are correct. It contains omega 3. They are correct. It contains polyphenol. ठीक है?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's do a case study then. Just look at the case study. A 35-year-old female. Condition, I think Ali already asked. So you got the hint. PCOS, irregular cycle, insulin resistant, weight gain, and diet which she is having high refined carbohydrate, low fiber, minimal probiotics. So now you guys tell me what will be your suggestion in case of functional foods. इन्फ्लेमेशन है, क्या दे सकते हैं हम लोग?
Ram, would you consider myoinositol as a supplement in PCOS because it's popularly prescribed by doctors? Myoinositol, vitamin D3, and L-methylfolate.
Vitamin
As a
D3,
supplement.
folate, these are considered to be bioactive compounds and these are very important functional foods to them. But I to be honest, I need to search on that thing whether it's considered to be functional food or not. Okay, I need to check
Ma'am,
on it.
provide omega-3.
Yeah, Pavandev, absolutely correct. So of course, in case of inflammation, omega 3 we can include. Check on other parameters. सिर्फ omega 3 और क्या देना है? Yes, Vidya, good, very curcumin. Other thing, just check on the probiotics, minimal. क्या दे सकते हो और?
Probiotic.
Correct.
Probiotic.
Absolutely correct. So just देखो, of course probiotic we need to add to improve the gut microbiome balance. उसके साथ फ्लैक्स सीड, चिया सीड भी दे सकते हैं,
Ma'am,
omega 3.
probiotic tablets भी दे सकते हैं.
खाने पे तो है ना, why we need to pop up any pills, right?
Okay.
That's the main thing which we are discussing, right? In case of functional foods, it's a whole food or it is being added at the time of manufacturing. So try to provide. अगर बिल्कुल नहीं हो रहा, of course, like there can be some absorption issue. Some people can have issues with the curd. Okay, fermentation,
Okay, ma'am.
dairy. Okay, they can have issue. एकदम नहीं हो पा रहा है, of course. Kefir, I have mentioned the option kefir. Kefir is not so popular in India. Okay, I know that. Suppose अगर ये नहीं हो रहा, of course we need to focus on the other things. Of course, then popping up the pills, supplementation need to be given. Flaxseed
Okay,
chia
ma'am.
tree. Yeah, flaxseed
Uh,
chia. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Just one question, ma'am. Like I heard that whenever we have to take the turmeric, right, the curcumin, we have to include the black peppers,
Yeah,
peppercorns
yeah,
with that. So is it true?
yeah,
We should
absolutely.
mix it with that?
Yeah, curcumin absorption increases with the black pepper. Okay, just like calcium, vitamin D, iron, vitamin C, curcumin with the black pepper. Okay. Now, abhi supplementation mein you can say कि curcumin है. What about the black pepper compound? I am not able to remember the compound actually. So, all in case of that, it's added. Okay. In case of supplementation or we are talking about the nutraceuticals, all the compounds are added over there for the better absorption. So, in case of food, अगर आप ले रहे हो curcumin, it's always a better to add a pinch of black pepper powder for the absorption. ठीक है? Okay? Okay. Then we can add oats, millets, leafy vegetables because we see कि highly refined food ले रहा है, कुछ fiber अभी include करना है हम लोग को diet में, ठीक है? Cinnamon, turmeric for improve the glycemic response because cinnamon it has been seen it improves the glycemic response. Turmeric का भी क्या हो ना, they are doing very good research on that, like they are using HPLC, various part of the world they are doing it to understand if they have any direct linked with the diabetes or not. Okay. Green tea because of the polyphenol to reduce the oxidative stress. Oxidative stress क्या है? And like it will be forming the free radical formation. So polyphenols it will be reducing the oxidative stress as well. So any questions, students?
No, ma'am,
Everyone
all
got
good.
it, na? Functional foods?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Easy to understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're going to get the recording. You're going to get the slides. Any question,
Yes,
query?
ma'am. Ma'am, slides.
हाँ
Provide the
नहीं
slides.
दूंगी मैं slides